don't care if it's off this planet or not. Some alien bitch is gonna suck my dick. That's it. Oh, God. Oh. I don't know. I want to ask y'all more questions. Sometimes I like to get to know y'all a little bit. I'm telling so much about myself. I'm being real vulnerable. And so, all the fellas in here, what's y'all jack off records? Just go yell out. Did the nigga say 72 in a day?
That's just today.
You gonna make that penis explode. Motherfucker is gonna pop like a banana peel. God damn, I don't think we need a puzzle or something. You can't jack off that many times and then not have edema of the testicles. You gonna get elephantitis. I'm gonna turn into Dr. Drew. I'm gonna just start diagnosing you. That's what I wish I had. I wish I had a black doctor that would give it to me the real way. Be like, nigga, your balls is gonna fall off. God damn it! Don't give me that bill. I don't want to see that bill. That would be a scary ass talk. Like, oh, I got STDs. Like, no, I don't. I don't got STDs. I've jacked off 4 times this week. I don't get bitches. I've been alone. I don't think women understand men really. Like, women get the opportunity to be picky. Men don't care. We're dogs. We don't give a damn. We'd be like, yeah, so much. You look like Bill Gates. I still want to fuck that computer building bitch. What's up? What you trying to do? Like gaming too. You suck all this. I don't know. I talk a lot of shit about jacking off and shit. And Brian started like, oh, no comics have never told a dick joke. Most of my life rotates around my dick. Like, I don't make a decision that my dick don't tell me. It's like, hey, go make some French toast. Okay, dick. I don't even have the ingredients. We gotta go to the store. We're dogs. We don't care. Women got a lot of options. Like, women bring a lot of shit to the table. They can make a mean stew. They can clean the house real good. They treat you better than your mother ever treated you. Suck a mean dick. Like, as a man, you only got a few options. You only got a couple options on the table. You either need a lot of money or a lot of dick. You can't come to the negotiating table and be like, hey, babe, check it out. I ain't got no dick. No dick at all. Like, my dick ain't shit. But these balls. You see? Bad bargaining chips. You can't negotiate your testicles. I think it's weird that women like tall men. And they tell you like, oh, I want a tall son because I want him to play college basketball. Bullshit like that. It sounds to me like you want to fuck your son. Hear me out. I love titties. I love all titties. I love big titties, small titties. Fucking with all titties. But I pray to Jesus my daughter ain't got no titties. Like, no titties at all. Like the doctor coming in the room and he's like, hey man, we gotta cut them off. I'm like, do your job, doctor. Do your fucking job. Come here, honey, give me a hug. No one's ever gonna come on your face. Listen. You can just live in the basement. I'll furnish it, put a refrigerator down there, treat you like spice. Treat you like an alien the rest of your life. Yeah, that's my titless daughter. Don't talk to her. Y'all pull back. I'll be a good dad. I'll be a great dad. Dad of the year. I'll be like the dad from Home Improvement, talking to my neighbor over the fence. Like, fuck you, Frank! Smoke some weed later. I remember I had Puerto Rican neighbors. I don't miss them niggas. And it wasn't normal. I know Puerto Ricans and they be balling. I was living next to poor Puerto Ricans. Like, my neighbor pushed his wife down the steps for flushing his cocaine. And I could do nothing but laugh because I hated both of them. I was like, damn, that bitch stumbling. My girl comes like, it's not funny. I said, you're right, it's hilarious. It's fuck. Actually, don't call the police. We don't snitch over here. She's gonna get beat up, nigga. We mind our business over here. And the white people pulled back on me. See, y'all don't understand. I'm giving y'all a black education right now. Don't intervene when you see somebody getting their ass whooped, because he probably got something for you too. Like, she's not without fault, my nigga. So, I'm like, he just certified abuse. No, I didn't. I said, mind your business. I said, so you can get shot, stabbed, or he could be a really good fighter. You know, she's losing that fight for a reason. I'm not about to get my ass whooped next trying to say, no. Like this nigga do a UFC roundhouse. I'm getting out of here, bitch. Get in the car, or I'm out of here. I don't know. I wanted to ask y'all about y'all dogs, but I know y'all sleep with y'all pets. I don't know. Me and my girl got into an argument about that. She said, well, why can't they just come in the room? I said, because they're animals. Do you want me to treat you as such? White people, y'all already got an odor, so I don't use washcloths, man. What am I supposed to say? How long do I got, Brian? Is that 5 or I'm blind up here? A minute 30?
Sure, why not?
Oh, okay, I don't know. I feel like a nigga in headlights right here. Like, it's just, it feels like when the police put the spotlight on me, like, I see all your bigotry. I see all, I'm like, dog, I rolled down the window. It smells like black ice in here, dog. I don't smell weed. Try to keep it funky. I want a pair of fuzzy dice in the mirror so they can know what I'm on. I'm probably selling cocaine, but not weed. I would love. I'm only finna marry a white woman so I can start cheating on her. My neighbors think that I'm bringing my cousin over. They're like, this is my cousin. I'm fucking this black book. I'm fucking this black bitch. You know? Alright, y'all get it. Never mind. Love it, Jason. I appreciate you guys.
I went in blind for my roommate in college, and I got paired with a white rapper who used to smoke a bunch of weed and shoot music videos in our living room. He'd call me up and be like, yo, just so you know, the hoes are coming over this weekend for a video shoot. And I'd be like, well, just so you know, my dad is planning on stopping by for brunch on church on Sunday, okay? So, will the hoes be gone by then? Then my friends would text me and be like, yo, dude, I saw your dad in the background of a music video. I was like, is that Brian? I didn't know he could hang like that, dude. I don't know why they're California surfers. I didn't understand that part, but they are. Grand Valley was all right. I went to Grand Valley for college. Laker for life now, baby. It was pretty good, but there were too many finance bros there for my liking. You're not one of them, buddy. I'm sorry. These are not the guys I'm talking about. I'm talking about the guys with a really stupid name like Jasper, who only drink White Claws and talk about cryptocurrency. Like, that's their whole personality. Bitcoin, specifically. I have heard so much about Bitcoin. I still don't know what it is. If I had a Bitcoin for every time a finance bro tried to explain to me what Bitcoin is, I don't know how much money I'd have. But I still don't understand what Bitcoin is.
I always was reminiscing not too long ago about high school. I remember the time I tried to join the swim team. It was a little interesting. It was a smaller school, so we always had nicknames for everybody. So like we had this one guy, his name was Mac McKenzie. We called him Bullet because he was just so fast. We had another guy, we called him, his name was Carson, we called him Drip, because when he would dive, there would never be a splash, only a drip. And we had myself, and I could beat both of those guys in a race to the bottom. They called me Anchor. Yeah, swim lessons, doesn't come join the swim team. I didn't know that. Because growing up in my family, I had my great-grandma didn't know how to swim, my grandma didn't know how to swim, my mom didn't know how to swim, my mom was also in the Navy. Yeah, for a lot of people that doesn't make sense. Like being in the Navy and not knowing how to swim, that's like being a line cook and not having a cocaine addiction. Doesn't make sense sometimes. You know, sometimes people would say, like, I feel like I'm glad I'm not in this dating time, in this journey, because I feel like everybody's like, oh yeah, you know what, dating has to be exciting. I'm kind of a boring guy. And I think sometimes boring things are just okay, you know, like some things you want to be boring. You want your medical test, you want them boring, right? You want them to look like, oh yeah, your blood sugar is okay, your sodium levels are fine. You don't want them to just look at it and say, oh no, you have syphilis and we have your last 3 partners behind that door. first Gen Z coworker. She was born in the year 2000, and it's kind of weird because they don't know all the things. Like, Hit the Road Jack came on. I was like, wow, I haven't heard Ray Charles in so long. She was like, Ray Charles, who's that? I said, oh, okay, that's weird. Next, Price is Right comes on, Classic Edition. You got Bob Barker. And I said, I haven't seen Bob in so long. She said, who's Bob Barker? I was like, so you don't know who Ray Charles is, you don't know who Bob Barker is, you at least know who Helen Keller is. So I do know who Helen Keller is, and I don't believe she's real. I was like, well, Helen Keller is actually real. Ray Charles taught her how to read. Weird coworkers. I don't like them. I don't like the young ones, you know? Like, I got one coworker, she's a little bit on the older side, we went out for drinks. Her name's Kim. She's a bologna sandwich making Kim, not the orange chicken kind. And we had our first round. I'm sitting there, she likes a good craft beer. I like good domestic. I'm sitting there after our first round. I'm like, Kim, how many of my domestic beers equal one of your craft? She goes, well, probably like 2 or 3 because it was a little different. I'm like, okay, we have our second round. I'm like, Kim, well, how many of your craft beers equal one of my domestics? She's like, well, it doesn't really work like that. You don't take bigger into smaller, you take smaller into bigger. Like, we don't eat pennies, it takes to get to a nickel. We don't eat nickels, it takes to get to a penny. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. We have our third round. I have this silly look in my face because I'm feeling it. Drinks are flowing. And she's like, Darius, what's on your mind? And I was like, Kim, are you sure you don't know? In that moment, Kim's sick of my shit. She slams her drink, slams it down on the ground. She says, Darius, you want to come home with me? And I said, does George Bush like black people? Because the signs were unclear. I wasn't sure. She was like, well, Darius, I do have a couple things to tell you. I have a roommate at home. I'm like, okay, that's more of an obstacle, less of a hindrance. And then she's like, well, actually, sometimes me and this roommate, we have sex. I was like, ooh, that's more of a hindrance, less of an obstacle. She's like, actually, that guy is my husband. I'm polyamorous. And I stopped her and I said, I'm also good at geometry. But no, she said, Darius, would you like to come home with me? And, I make great decisions. So I went home, and because of our little argument, we got home a little bit earlier. Her little noise behind the door, she opens the door, she thought her husband was another guy. I know what you're thinking, score 1 for the gays. In that moment, her husband the guy panicked, he bull rushed the door, forgot Kim is a little crazy. Kim pulls out a knife, stops in his tracks, he's stuck like a toddler in a fly panel van, nowhere to go. In that moment, Kim's husband comes up, he tries to make a plea deal, he brings both hands together, he closes his eyes, he forgot. Kim is an opportunist. Kim cocks back him square in the face, he goes down. She later gets arrested. But I feel like that's when I got my answer. That 1 fruit and 3 crafts equal 1 domestic. That's how we do it. Thank you. Always working it. In comedy, you never know who you're going to meet. You always might meet some cool people. I was doing a video shoot not too long ago, and this guy comes in, a hush comes over the room, and I'm like, who's this guy? And someone nudges me, he's like, this guy, his name is Jerry. He did 1 episode before on the Cosby Show. And I was like, ooh, why are we talking about this? He comes on up and he's like, hey man, what do you do? I was like, my name's Darius, I work in healthcare and I also do comedy from time to time. I love it. And he's like, oh man, that's cool. He said, my name's Jerry, I was on the Cosby Show. I was like, I know that show gets a bad rep at times, but is there any lessons that you can have from it? He said, I'm gonna start off by saying the show did touch a lot of people. And to go a little bit further, yes, that show gets a lot of negativity, but that did fund a lot of careers that then went on to fund a lot of charities that helped tons and tons of people around the world. But I did learn one thing from Bill. You snooze, you lose. I know, right? Let's see. Let's end on a good one. Here we go. Loved ones, my family members, we're not too close. I feel like I always play Dungeons and Dragons. I feel like my life's kind of like that game. Like, I wish my family had the right stats. Like, I wish my mom had +3 love, +4 show me kindness, but all they had was a +7 mastery of a leather belt skill. It's tough. I play a little Dungeons and Dragons myself. I went out not too long ago, I was playing Dungeons and Dragons, I realized I left my pen in my car, so I ran out, the door shut behind me, it was locked. In that moment I was like, oh wait, I remembered we left the door in the main room open. So I ran outside and was around an apartment complex, In that moment, I see a white lady right there on the side. I'm running. I then slow down to a walk. She's doing a little jog. She has her eyes locked in on me. My eyes are locked up towards the sky. As we're getting closer and closer, and then in that moment, we're getting ready to pass each other, she then plants her feet, both hands up in the air, and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe she thought that weak-ass stance would stop me. Like, I feel like all she needed was a +8 stronger chin. All right, guys, my name is Darius. You guys have been great. Give it up for your host, Brian.
I'm in my 30s now. I've always had high cholesterol, but now I can feel it. Yeah, I used to just be like a little boy that went around and just sweat a lot, but I found out I'm actually a big man at risk of heart disease. Yeah, I guess that's not funny. It makes sense though because my weight fluctuates so much, and I don't really get that fat that makes a dad a daddy. I just get tits. And I can always tell when things are getting bad again too because my fiance will stop giving me compliments and start giving me like observational statements. When I was getting out of the shower earlier, she goes, "Oh, a butt." Took her a moment to remember I have feelings. My mind too, I feel like I have mental cholesterol. Like my brain has to work a lot harder to get words to my mouth. So now I find myself just giving up on conversations. Like 10 years ago, if you told me a really good story, we'd have a dialogue about it, but now the best I can give you is like that's crazy. 10 years ago, I felt like I knew stuff, but now I don't know anything. Is it just me or are questions harder? But I do feel like I'm at an age now where I'm smart enough to know how dumb I am, which is enough to be sad, but not enough to do anything about it. They say that it's really difficult to win an argument against an intelligent person, but it's impossible to win an argument against a stupid person. And I feel like I'm just in the middle, losing every argument, even in the shower. I do think I have like a clueless look about me. People come up and tell me obvious shit all the time. I had a guy recently tell me that nachos are inside-out tacos. Yeah, and at first I was like, whoa. But then after a few days I was like, duh. I should have just told that guy to shut up. It's useless information. But I have ADHD though, so I have a really hard time staying focused. For example, a few weeks ago I was pulling up to a gas station. I got out of my car, I went inside, I handed money to the clerk, I said 20 on 7. I went back outside, I got out of my car, and I drove away. I felt so dumb, you guys. I was too embarrassed to go back. I needed that money, but I wanted them to remember me as like a hero paying it forward. It's weird living with this though, because sometimes I will become hyper-fixated on certain things. One time I spent 12 straight hours just digging a hole in Minecraft. That is not even a real hole. But what's sad is I was proud of it. I would show my friends my hole. I'd invite everyone over to come gander at Drew's big hole. At the time, most of my friends were busy finishing papers for their college courses, but not me. I just kept digging. I wanted to impress my little cousin with it, so I went over to his house thinking, he's never going to believe the size of this thing. But when I got there, he was already playing Minecraft in his world, and he's got like photorealistic cityscapes and portraits that light up and change shape. So when he asked me what I wanted to show him, I lied. I was like, it's not really done yet. It's kind of just this avant-garde survival piece I've been working on. I didn't know we were showing off creative materials today. But that's why I think the next generation is going to be smarter. Because my stupid friends were like, that's a pretty sick hole, Drew. Most times I don't even realize when I stop paying attention. ADHD will just whisk me away. For example, anytime someone starts a sentence with I've got a feeling, they've lost me for like 3 minutes while I finish that Black Eyed Peas song in my head. Or if you're telling me a story and you say I was like, immediately, Nelly's, it's getting hot in here. You say, I was like, and then, good gracious ass, bodacious, flirtatious, trying to show faces, and I don't really know the words, you guys. I'm not aware that it's happening either, so I might still look engaged. It's as if my body goes on autopilot and is like, no, let him have this. It's kind of like when you're reading a book and sometimes you get to the bottom of a page and realize you absorbed no information because your mind was on a separate journey while your eyes were just scanning those words. Like, he followed her through the thick of the woods. She could hear his footsteps, but luckily she had the advantage of growing up in this part of Mississippi. Mississippi. I think I can spell Mississippi faster than I can spell any other state. That's the abbreviation for Mississippi. It's not MI, that's Michigan. And then I'm at the bottom of the page and I'm like, you guys, something cool about being unemployed is that you don't have to wash your hands. I think that's why COVID got so bad. I do have a job. People tell me weird stuff all the time. I had a friend recently, or I still have this friend, but we were talking recently, and he was looking for this headset that he had lost, and he finally found it. So I was like, where'd you find it? And he said, you'll never believe it. It was in the last place I looked. You guys, I do believe it. Alright, just a couple more. I think I only had 5 minutes. I might already be over my time. A couple more jokes. I think weed is too cheap. Yeah, I say that because I keep thinking that my tolerance is going up, but it turns out I can just afford more weed. This past week I was so high I forgot about dog tags. I got a notification from my Ring doorbell that someone in my neighborhood named Marilyn found a dog. The dog's name is Elsa, and they are looking for their owner, and it baffled me. I was like, did that dog tell her its name? Have you ever been so high that you fell asleep while masturbating? Me neither. Alright, that didn't go as planned. That's okay. You laughed at the first part. I'll get out of here on another bad joke. Hey, you guys, I bet I know exactly how long it takes to make Minute Maid lemonade. Alright, thank you.